Tell me what's going on.
So a customer brought this vehicle in. Basically, customer complained that vehicle shut off while driving and could not get it running again. They took it to a few shops, and they all said that the motor was gone because of the timing issues in this motor. So, needless to say, they replaced the motor. They had me replace the motor. I put the same amount of mileage used motor back into it that I knew ran, and I went to go hook it up to the car. Everything was fine. All the connections plugged in, made sure all the powers and grounds were correct, put a new battery in it because the battery in it was gone. So went to go hit the start button for the first time, and it sounded like everything clicked on. All the dash lights came on, and it sounded like it wanted to start, but it wouldn't do it. The fuel pump kicked on. I heard that, and just no crank, no start. The message on the dashboard came up as safety restraint system needs service. Please roll down driver window and roll it back up. ABS light was on, parking brake, service system, engine light, oil change needed came on. So I reset that because I did the oil change. And a host of other trouble codes when I ran the codes with my scanner. The two that popped up first was ECM codes. It was P0014 and then P0017, which is both the cam sensor on the exhaust side and crank sensor behind that start, or just underneath the starter.
Okay.
I checked those solenoids do work.
So those are the only codes in the computer?
No, the other codes, one came up as ABS module.
Do you have any communication codes?
One communication code was the BCM module.
What code is that?
I don't remember the code off the top of my head, but it was I should have wrote that down.
Do you know if you can communicate with the body control module?
So I can run tests off my scanner with it. For some reason, it's not, I'll probably tell you this in my search history because I've been on the phone with it all last night trying to figure it out. Second. It was a C0561.
C0561. Confirm fix, electronic brake control module. Can you communicate with the ABS module?
I did the relearn for it.
Okay.
And that went away.
Okay. You can communicate with all of the other modules on board the vehicle, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Starter relay click when you try to start it?
No.
Okay. What you could do is you could pull the relay out and you could check the inputs to the starter relay and check to see your input is missing. You should be able to check, if you can read live data, you should be able to check, this thing's got a push button?
Yes.
You should be able to read status of the push button switch in the live data.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought it went through the body control module, but I'm having a hard time finding a diagram showing it. But usually what happens is that the ignition switch will go through the BCM. The BCM will send a signal over to the ECM saying, hey, the driver wants to go ahead and crank the engine, and then the engine control module will activate that starter relay. So somewhere along the lines, we're losing crank signal, or I should say start signal. So if you can communicate with all the modules on board the vehicle, I would probably start with the BCM and just look at the live data and make sure that you can see a crank request from the push button switch.
Okay.
Then you can go in the engine control module and you can do the same thing. You should be able to look for a crank request from the BCM being sent over the engine control module, and you should be able to see the starter relay. So we're looking to see if the starter relay is being commanded on by the engine control module or not, or at least if the engine control module thinks that it's activating the starter relay, even though we know it's not. At least you can look at that parameter. It's possible that we could have an issue with the wiring, since the recent work that was just done. We could also have a bad fuse box. That's possible. And you're sure the fuses are good, right?
I know I'm getting power to the fuses. So when I hooked it up the very first time without connecting the battery, I had the jumper wire from the CAN bus on top of the battery wasn't hooked up at the battery, or at that CAN bus, but it was hooked up to the box and down to the ground wire on the frame on the driver's side where the main harness has a ground.
Okay.
Hooked it up there on accident, but when I powered it up, there's no power going to the fuse box.
Oh, well, that's certainly a problem.
Right. So it like the jumper wire did not go to the fuse box, basically. So it didn't send power to the fuse box at all.
Okay.
I figured that out. I moved the wire around to where it was correct, to where it was from the CAN bus to the wire, to the box. And then all of a sudden, a little bit more codes went away.
Okay.
That BCM module came out.
Until it came up?
Yes, I didn't read didn't do a hard read of control modules until after I fixed that wire problem.
Okay. Have you tried to disconnect the battery cables from the battery and rub the cables together?
Rub the cables together?
Yeah, you can try that. It's a capacitor discharge procedure. When you disconnect the cables from the battery, you rub the cables together and it'll wipe everything out. All the memory, the capacitors will drain, and it's just a hard reset. So a lot of times that might do the trick if we got like a locked up module.
Okay. We'll try that. I disconnected the battery, but I didn't do that.
Okay.
It's been disconnected overnight.
Okay.
I guess I could try that, and then I'm just hoping that I don't have a fried BCM, basically.
Correct, right? Yeah, that makes two of us, my friend. We don't want that, right?
No, I don't. And I'm kind of at my limit with the electrical side of these motors.
Mm-hmm.
I can do any kind of mechanical work, but when it comes to troubleshooting a sensor, I'm usually just throwing all kinds of sensors at it.
Sure.
Hang on one second. So yeah, other ways I should go about checking. So just check all the relays, all the fuses. Know that all the connections are in the right spot now, because I don't have any extra connections laying around.
Right.
So here's another question. Are these motor harnesses pretty much plug and play if they were inserted into the same vehicle?
The harness?
Yeah.
Would believe so. I could be wrong on that one. I don't know off the top of my head. I would think that would just, as long as you install them on the same vehicle, you wouldn't have any issues.
So like the motor came out of a Traverse, or not a Traverse, same year, same motor, same drivetrain.
Okay.
And all I did was just use the original harness on the one that I took the motor out.
Okay. I don't see why not. What you could do is you could call the Chevy dealership, speak with the parts department, and see if they can get you a part number for the harness.
Okay.
If the part numbers are the same, then it'll be the same. You won't have any issues there.
All right. I appreciate the help. Thank you.
All right, you bet. You're welcome. Good luck, and let me know what you find, okay?
All righty. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Bye-bye.